Welcome back to On Cloud B, your favorite podcast. I am your host, Berthia, and this is your co-host,
Pkilla on the mic.
And we're back for another video. We haven't done this in a while, so I feel like I'm a little out of my groove. I'm like bumping my face in the microphone. I don't know what's going on right now, but we're back.
We are back.
And we are excited.
Very excited to be back. I've missed you guys. So
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. In the meantime, we've been planning and we've been working on this, and we are in a new location, as you guys can see. You know, we're trying to come on up, trying to get a studio going here. So let's get into this. If you're new here, welcome. This is the podcast where we just talk about whatever. What do we talk about, actually?
Any and everything.
Any and everything, yeah. Here I go again.
And everything in between.
Yeah, bumping into my microphone again. Anyway, so...
Come on, let's go. Get in the group. Shake it off. We're back.
Shaking it off.
Ready to go.
Let's do it. All right, so I'm probably wondering what I got on here. It's a little sweatshirt, some red flags. Let's talk about some red flags today.
It's all about the red flags.
Yes. I mean, you got a red little sweatshirt, crop top going on.
I'm not a red flag, though.
You're not. That's
I'm a
funny.
walking green flag.
You're a green flag.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right.
So you get into a relationship and you just do all the right things all the time. That's you. You're the ideal person.
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn.
Yeah.
But I will say I do have a lot of green flags.
Okay. I respect that. I, on the other hand, I don't know if I should be exposing myself, but
no judge-free zone. Yeah, so speak your mind.
So I want to be a green flag. I would consider myself a green flag, but I do have a lot of red symptoms, if that makes sense. I do
red symptoms.
Yeah, like I do a lot of red things that belong on red flags, but I'm a green flag. So does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Then yeah. Let's move on. Let's talk about the red flags, eh? So one of my big red flags, right? So you meet someone, whether it's in the outside world or in the online dating world, and they hit you up. First couple messages, they're like, "Hey, I think we're gonna make such beautiful children together. Can't wait to buy a house with you and start my life." And it's like day 2 of talking. You're moving too fast. Where are you running to?
Okay, you better come let me. Hey! Why are you running?
Where is this person running?
You're right. Let's backtrack a little bit. Right?
Okay.
Let's give them a little definition of what a red flag is for those out there that don't know what a red flag is.
Some people don't know what a red flag is?
Well, yeah. I mean, for the younger generation, maybe, or even the older generations that don't know what red flags are.
Okay.
But red flags are basically, they indicate unhealthy behavior or manipulative behavior.
Manipulative?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. You can have a partner that's super controlling, right? So that's an indication of someone who wants to control everything about you, whether that's who you talk to, what you wear, where you go, and that's not healthy at all. You want someone who wants the best for you, who wants your happiness, right, as much as theirs. And you don't want someone who feels jealous, towards you. So they try to manipulate you from getting, the things that you want out of the relationship.
What was the definition of a red flag again?
It indicates unhealthy behavior.
Okay.
Or manipulative behaviors.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That makes sense. So, moving too fast.
Definitely.
Okay, because you kind of made a face that made me think that you're one of those people that are thinking about marriage and buying a house in the first conversation.
I'm not saying it's a green flag. Okay, so I'll put myself out there, right? Because when I do meet people or start talking to people, not that I move drastically fast where I'm like, all right, I want to buy a house with this person, I want to get married, but they are something, you know, that I think about as I'm talking to this person.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But what I'm saying is there's some people that as soon as you start talking to them, they're like, oh yeah, you're going to be my wife instantly. I feel like...
Run.
Yeah, like the thought, it's a nice thought, but like, you're
coming on too fast.
It's too quick. You're coming on way too heavy, way too quick. Let's feel each other out. Right, let's feel each other out. Let's just not start rushing things, okay? So, moving too fast... red flag. Because where's this person rushing to? Why are we rushing? You know what I'm saying? Why are we rushing? Why are we rushing? Another one for me is love bombing. I feel like love bombing is actually a pretty new term that I learned this year. I had no idea what love bombing was until this year. So how would I even describe love bombing? Love bombing can kind of go hand in hand with moving too fast. A lot of people that like to move too fast like to love bomb you as well. So as soon as you start talking to them the first time, oh my gosh, you're the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. I've never met anyone better than you. I can't picture myself with anyone else but you. I don't know what I would do without you. I'm so glad I met you. It's just all this love all at once. And you know it can't be genuine because they just met you.
But how do you differentiate, you know, when it's too much, when it's not healthy versus when, because someone can generally feel that way.
It's all in the time frame, I would say. Okay. If this person is saying these things to you within the first, I would say month and less, there's no way. Okay. There's no way it can be genuine, in my personal opinion. They're love bombing. They're love bombing you because they think that if they show you all this love, you're more apt to stick around, and it's just not genuine. They genuinely don't feel that way. Like, yeah, there's such thing as a honeymoon phase, but there's also love bombing, and it's just putting on so much love, and because they don't mean it, like a week after, it's forget about it.
So a week after, it's just like, who's this person?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
Yeah,
that shows you it was just all love bombing. That's another one of my red flags. Do you have another one?
I would say physical and emotional abuse from your partner. Now, I would say physical is easier to detect, right? Obviously, hitting you, you never want that. If anyone ever puts their hands on you, just you got to get out. Or verbal.
Period.
Even verbal abuse, right? So, but mental could be a little bit hard to like kind of notice because it could be gradual, right? And I think that goes hand in hand with like love bombing. That's mental abuse where they feel like they're going to shower you with all this love in the beginning. And so mentally you're like, oh my God, this person really likes me. Right. You know, he says all these things to me. Like, I found the one.
Absolutely.
But what they're doing is mentally, they're like breaking you down. So.
Yeah, I think also to add to that, like people that are quick to anger.
Oof.
Like somebody with a bad temper. Oh my God. If I hadn't seen a red flag, that is would a red be it. Flag. Like
this.
In whatever situation, like if they're like quick to snap or like quick to yell or just like super angry, just run because it only gets worse from there.
It does.
You know?
It does.
The first time you meet someone, people should be on their best behavior. You know, when you first meet someone, they're all trying to like portray like this perfect character that you are.
Facade of a persona.
Right. So if their perfect kind of idea of themselves is like angry, you can only imagine what this person does when they're comfortable with you.
Exactly.
So if someone's quick to anger, my ladies, run.
Get the fuck out.
Run. Because it doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't. Have you had any experiences with people that's shown you aggression?
Nope. Nope, I have not because
that's good.
I don't
tolerate it.
I don't tolerate it.
Okay.
No, if you kind of look like you're, I kind of avoid you per se. Like I don't. there's some men that look really aggressive and it kind of like throws me off. I'm like, okay, you look a little scary. There's some men that look scary. So like I totally avoid them. But no, I've never been in a situation where like a man has been like really angry and intimidated towards me. No, never.
Well, how about this? I think some people make excuses for what they think are red flags, right? Because people, we're all not perfect. Right. So I think sometimes when people show these type of red flags, we kind of make excuses for them where we're like, well, you know, they're not perfect. Like, so what? They're a yeller, you know, but they treat me well. They do this right. So do you, you know, just because someone's aggressive, are you just going to, that's where you draw the line?
Yeah. Like, you're not about to yell at me. You're not about to yell at me or like, try and like intimidate me.
Right. It's very poor communication skills.
No,
very poor communication
that's
skills.
awful. I was actually remember that show that you told me to watch, The Ultimatum?
Yes.
I was actually watching that the other day, and I don't know if you remember, there was this young man. His name was Zay on the show, the really tall black guy.
Yes, Zay.
So remember when he was with, I'm pretty sure the other girl's name was Shanique. Just correct me. Yeah, it was
Shanique, yes. It was Shanique.
Right? Yeah. So,
That's not who he came on the show with,
Yes,
but that's
correct.
who he was paired up with.
Correct, yeah. So there was this one part in the show where they were talking about something, and she disagreed. So she made a face. So when she made a face, he was like, what are you making the face for? I'm trying to talk to you. You're making face. Like, don't be making the face. And
So really, like microaggression.
One could say that she was kind of, I mean, she was just making a face.
Okay.
So I don't think she was actually trying to do a microaggression, but he took it as that. So like he starts like trying to like kind of like buck up a little bit. He's like don't make a face. I'm talking to you. And then she was like,
whoa.
I don't know who you talking to, but you got the wrong one. She's like, lower your voice. I
remember that episode.
I'm not yelling at you. I don't know who you yelling at. And he's like, yeah, but I'm passionate. And she's like, I don't give a damn. You got the wrong one. Don't talk to me like that.
Good. I'm glad she stood up for herself.
Right. And I thought that was like so beautiful. And that's what you should do if you're ever in a situation where like a man is that aggressive. It's like you need to like put the boundary up.
I know. But, you know, that's the thing, too, with someone who's showing aggression and you trying to combat that, right? You're doing the right thing and trying to de-escalate it. But sometimes, you know, they can feel like their ego can get hurt because they feel like now you're trying to stand up to them. And then it can get worse. It can get worse than actually getting, not everyone's going to be a listener, you know, like they're not going to say, oh, okay, well, she's telling me to be quiet, so let me listen. They're not going to listen. They're upset. So what do you do then?
I mean, in that case, then if they're getting more aggressive, then you leave the situation. I mean, you would leave the situation is what I would do. I'm not going to sit there and keep going back and forth. You need to calm down. No, I ain't going to calm down. You need to calm down. No, I'm going to exit the situation at some point, you know? I don't want it to escalate. No way.
No, we do not. What we always want is de-escalation. So
Right.
you need to set up a type of communication where you both say, okay, let's take a minute here. Let's pause. Let's step away, try to reflect, and then come back and have a good communication about it, right? Where it's not...
Right.
Hopefully, they'll be able to work with you.
Exactly.
And then...
Honestly, not everyone is like that. Some people are not that mature to just be like, okay, let me take some space and think about it and reflect on what I just did. But luckily enough, Zay ended up... I think he walked out. Yeah. So Zay,
he did walk out.
Yeah, he ended up walking out, took a walk, whatever, blew off some steam, and then came back and apologized to her. So I thought that was amazing, but at the same time, that was still a red flag. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that whole show is a red flag.
Oh, of course.
It makes no sense how you're having relationship problems, so you come on a show and switch partners and try to see if that's going to solve the issues you were having in your relationship.
The whole premise of that show was just not, it made no sense to me.
At all.
My thing was, if your relationship is going so bad that you have to come on a show in order to determine whether you want to be with this person
or not, and not just be with them, to marry them.
Right, yeah.
It's not to keep the relationship, but Let me see if I go on the show and switch partners. That will indicate if I should go home and marry them.
Yeah, that's just wild to me. If that's what you got to do, I'm sorry, boo boo. Give it up. Just give it up.
It ain't gonna work.
Give it up.
But that brings me to God, I forget their names. That very show where what happened? I forget. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But there was a lot of red flags on that show. Actually, I do remember. So one couple that came on the show, he gave his partner an ultimatum in regards to, so he wants kids and she doesn't.
I remember them.
And when they were ready to select who I think they were gonna go home with or something like that, he just like forgot that he wants kids or it wasn't going to work out. And then he like proposed to her.
He didn't forget that he wanted kids.
So what was going on there? Because it's like...
Yeah. So what happened was that he saw the other couple propose, right? The other couple proposed first. So once he saw that happen, he was still trying to figure out who he wanted to switch with.
Yeah.
So remember he like whispered to, I can't remember her name now, but he whispered to the girl that was in front of her. He was like, I'm going to pick you.
Yes.
So in that moment, he actually did want to go ahead and figure out what was going on. But I think what happened next was that the other guy said that he wanted to...
His partner, right?
Yeah, wanted to get to know his girlfriend.
Right.
And that's when he realized, he was like...
That he could lose her.
Exactly.
So.
He was like... And that guy was, I mean, by some standards, some people say was handsome. You know, because all the girls wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
A lot of the girls...
Was that Shanique's boyfriend?
No, that was the white girl's boyfriend.
There was a lot of white girls. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, there were 3 white girls, but the one that was given the ultimatum, that was her boyfriend.
Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So once he saw that, he was like, the thought of like having him get to know my girlfriend, he was like,
was not happening.
Yeah, he was like,
he wasn't having it.
Yeah, he was like, ain't no way. So that's when he got up and proposed to her. Because I don't know if did you see the reunion?
I did see the reunion.
Okay.
But for me, it's like, these are the steps he took, right? He goes from whispering to one girl that I'm going to pick you, right? How do you go within the same breath, say, I'm going to pick you to, will you marry me?
Yeah, because it just hit him.
Nah, that man's a walking red flag.
It hit him like a ton of bricks. He was like, first I'll try this out. But then once he realized there was a reality that he could lose his girlfriend, he was like, ain't no way.
All of a sudden he want to come back.
He was like, ain't no way. He's like...
Sounds like a lot of men out there.
Yep. And did you see the Asian girl? She was like really upset that he did that because she was like, you know, we're all on the show for a reason here.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys didn't solve your problem in the span of a week. So she was mad because he proposed.
So was Alexis, the white girl that was proposed to. Remember?
I don't remember her name.
The skinny, the one that got proposed
she was
to,
skinny.
the very first, Alexis.
That was her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also kind of got on my nerves, but that's a different story. But anyway, so he saw that there was a chance that he might lose his girl, and he was like, there ain't no way I'm going to watch my girl hang out with another man that's handsome. And then he proposed, and he pissed a lot of people off. But at the reunion, he did say that, you know, he would rather stay with his girl and then figure out the rest than risk losing her on the show.
But that doesn't make any sense, because if someone's telling you, I do not want kids,
that was his reasoning.
How is that going to change?
That was his reasoning, because in the show, she did tell the other guy that it wasn't so much she didn't ever want kids. She was sort of afraid of the idea of having kids. So she was open to it. And she also said it in the reunion, like they had agreed upon having one child at that point. So
yeah,
it worked out for them. But that man's a little bit of an orange flag.
But that goes right into jealousy being...
Oh, yeah.
Jealousy. Because that's what he was experiencing, right? He was afraid that someone was going to take his girl.
Of course he was.
Jealousy is a big red flag.
He was definitely jealous. So do you think that there is a little bit of some healthy jealousness in a relationship?
I think we as human beings, naturally, you know, you could be there's healthy jealousy and then there's unhealthy jealousy.
What makes it turn into unhealthy, in your opinion?
Well, when your partner starts to get upset with you from merely talking to people, like socializing with people, and they project their insecurities onto you and start saying things like, oh, you were flirting with this person, even though that was not your intention at all.
Right.
I think you can clarify that as like really bad, unhealthy jealousy.
Yeah. Like when you start, my thing is, it's like, you have a boyfriend. When you start like stalking your own boyfriend's like social media, like trying to look through his phone, like looking at his likes and looking at like the people he's following, there's a problem with that.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Like, I'll be honest, some people do it, but you're a little bit too jealous. You should have a little bit of self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like if you picked a man that you trust them, baby.
Right.
A lot of the men are gonna be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. No, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the ladies. Okay, just put some self-confidence in it.
And that's the thing. If you can't trust your partner, you shouldn't be with them. You should not be with them. You should be able to trust your partner. So if you feel your partner is doing things behind your back, then y'all need to have that conversation and either cut it off or find a way where you both can trust each other.
Say it for the people in the back.
Y'all in the back.
If you don't trust your partner or your man, whatever you want to call him, you should not be with him.
Nope. Work on y'all's trust issues.
Right. Like, how you going to move forward? You don't even trust him. Like, it's going to be problems in the future.
A lot of y'all going into new relationships very unhealed.
For sure. Oh, that's
Work on
for
yourselves.
Sure. That's for sure. What about when their words don't match their actions? Have you ever met a man that's like,
girl, don't get me started. Do not get me started. We're finished.
I care about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the only person I care about. I love you. You know I love you. And then the next day he's in some other girl's DMs. You know what I'm saying? Your words got to match your actions. You know what like stop it. Stop it.
Y'all need to cut it out.
Cut it out, please. Or like, yeah. We're gonna be together. Trust me. I'm just working on everything, and blah 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 blah. And then that's just not the case. The reality in the real 3D world, things are not matching up with the things that's coming out your mouth, my friend. Red flag.
Back it up. Back up your words,
baby. Red flag. That's a big one for me. Your words don't match your actions. That means you're full of BS. I don't trust you, and you a red flag. You a red flag daddy.
What about, I don't know if this can be considered red flag or not, but when a man can't be vulnerable with you.
So you mean like when they have like a tough like shell or like an exterior,
the walls up, like they had. I know men tend to have like this egotistical way about them, you know, and they don't want to seem, how do I put it?
Like weak or something?
Weak, exactly.
Some people do think that vulnerability is weakness. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I love me a partner who can express their emotions to me. You're feeling sad? Show me that.
Right.
Show me that. Let's work through it, right?
Yeah.
Rather than putting up this wall. Because then I feel like it builds up so much tension. And then they become very passive aggressive. Like something little happens and then they jump on you and you're like, where's all this aggression coming from?
Yeah.
And it's of all this pent up, built up stuff that they were experiencing, but really didn't tell you.
Open up and
tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know if it would be entirely a red flag, to be honest. Because some people.
So what is a yellow flag?
Yeah.
Because it ain't a green flag.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a green flag, but some people have been through some stuff. Is
that an excuse?
No, it's reality. Some people have just been through some stuff. Like, say they've been hurt.
So you think trauma caused? Well, yeah,
possible. Yeah. Possibly they've
so it's a defense mechanism.
It's definitely, having your walls up is 100% a defense mechanism. So I wouldn't really necessarily or label it as a red flag, but it is something to be aware of. It's something you're gonna have to work through, as a couple and be aware of. But I wouldn't classify it straight away as a red flag.
As a red flag,
yeah, because some people could genuinely be hurt and not realize that they're putting up this wall because they're not used to being vulnerable, and the last time that they were vulnerable, they got hurt.
Or sometimes when people open up, people use that against them.
Right, exactly.
Right? So
they've been hurt in the past.
they have their reasons. Okay.
For sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can't be vulnerable. We can work on it together. You know what I'm saying? It don't disqualify you automatically. This is a big thing for me. Negative self-talk. You meet
Boy, can that drag you down the rabbit hole.
You meet someone and they're just so negative about themselves.
Everything.
They have low self-esteem.
Oh, God.
Everything you do has to do with how they're not adequate for you. They don't believe in themselves, and they just slowly
drag you down with them.
Drag you down and suck out all your energy with their neediness and their low self-esteem. That is a red flag. Someone that has zero confidence and is like actively negatively talking about themselves. Sorry, it's a red flag.
Absolutely, I would agree. I mean, I don't even know how you get into that space.
I wouldn't know either.
Because you know
either. I think a lot of it probably has to do with your childhood.
Okay. So again, stemming from trauma.
Right. Yeah. How you grew up, maybe growing up, you always were trying to make your parents proud and you never felt like you were good enough.
Yeah.
Or you had abusive parents that told you weren't good enough, or you weren't as good as your sibling, or why weren't you as good as your friend, or, why aren't you good in math? Why aren't you good in school? So I think things that happen in your childhood definitely determine your self-worth when you grow up. But you do have to reach a point in time where you realize that you do have low self-esteem and you should start working on it.
Yeah.
But the negative self-talk is what becomes the red flag, because now you're just saying these things to yourself. You should maybe talk to someone about it, or try and somehow heal. Because once you're talking negatively about yourself, it's just your whole outlook on life is going to be negative, and that's not fair to the person you're with, because now here they are trying to build you up, and you can never build up another person.
You can't.
That's something that they have to do internally for themselves. Negative self-talk, as sad as it is, it's a red flag for me, baby. Red flag.
I would agree.
Red flag.
Liars.
I'm over here trying to put in the little sprinkle red flags that you might not know. She came in with the biggest one.
Why the hell are grown folks still lying?
That is one thing that I don't have an answer for.
I will never understand it.
I am stumped. If you guys know why, if some of y'all watching this are liars, please comment down below. Tell me why you lying at your big age.
Why? Big age like this.
Why are you lying at your big age? I'd love to know. I would love to know. At your big age.
And lying without batting an eye. They will stare you in your soul.
Deep down. Deep down in your soul.
Knowing damn well to lie.
Hey. Just surprised. Listen. I grew up, I don't know how you grew up, but I grew up in a family that lying was unacceptable. My dad would verbalize "You are lying. I hate liars."
You want to lie to me?
Yes. You too? And growing up, I was just you would lie a little bit as a child so you wouldn't get in trouble. I was like, why does he hate liars?
White lies. White lies. Not saying they're okay, but still lies.
Yeah. So,
I can't come in today. I'm feeling sick. But really, you want to go meet up with your friend.
Exactly. Oh, no, I was doing my homework at my friend's house. He wasn't doing no homework.
Right.
Yeah, but you was at your friend's house, So,
some truth to it. Some truth.
But I grew up and I started meeting people that, like you said, will just lie. But the thing is, they're lying for no reason. No reason whatsoever.
No one even asked for it.
Why are you guys? Why are you lying? Why? Are you guys afraid of the other person? Are you not willing to take the repercussions of your actions? What is it?
Clearly not.
What is it? Or is lying just the easier thing for you to do? Liars.
Well, and then they're pathological liars.
Oh, yeah.
That's just, they live, breathe, eat that. That's just who they naturally are. Walking, liars.
Do you think that you get to a certain point in your lying life that you start to believe your own lies?
Oh, absolutely.
You think that's a thing?
Those are pathological liars.
Yeah.
They even if you said the sky is blue, it's green for them.
They'll look you in the eye and say it's green.
It's green.
Yeah.
And you can't change that.
That's problematic. I don't know how you guys are living your lives like that, but
Change, yo.
please
Change.
please change. So another thing I really did want to mention, a real good red flag, people that have no motivation. You know what I mean? Like the guy that you meet, you like him, you start talking to him, and then you realize, and this is no disrespect to nobody that is in this field, but you realize he's been working at Dunkin' Donuts for the past 10 years. No disrespect to anybody.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Listen.
Is that even in the West Coast?
Listen. Yeah, we got some Dunkin' Donuts out here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was Starbucks.
Oh, we got Starbucks too. We got Dunkin' Donuts. We got a lot of things out here. But they've been working there for the past 10 years. And they're like 35 at this point. You know? That's a red flag. I'm sorry. I feel like there are some jobs that you need to progress from.
Yes.
You know, you start out, like say hey, college is not for everyone, but it's a good starting point for a lot of people.
Neither is Dunkin' Donuts at 35.
Right. I mean, that's a little problematic. That's a little bit of a red flag. I mean, if you're a manager, I think that's a little, but still at some point you should want to progress. You know, you should want to progress. Or even let me maybe give another example. Maybe that wasn't the best example.
Living with your mother and father at 35.
That's problematic. That's a red flag. That's a big red flag. Like I'm a big proponent. I'll tell you right now, I'm a big proponent on living at home until you're old enough or you want to get your own place.
When is old enough? Is it when you're financially stable, or is there an age cap where you're like, you got to get out?
I definitely think there's a cap. I don't think I've ever thought about what the cap is, though.
I would say after college. After college. Because right after high school, if you do go off to college, you're most likely, a good percentage will not commute. Like they'll stay on campus. So after that, you've already had 4 years of solitude, knowing how to live without your family and your parents, that you should just take that step forward.
But let's be realistic. In the world that we live now, after college, you're what, 21, 22? Mm-hmm. What money you got to like move out and get your own place? You were just working minimum wage or wherever job you had in college. You weren't really working full time.
You weren't, but I'm saying parents. You can live with a roommate. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But not your parents.
Yeah. I think it's okay to live with your parents after college. I think after college you need a couple of years to kind of get your stuff together, start working for a couple of years, and then you can leave. But I don't know. I think after mid-30s, I think you should definitely have your own spot, you know. And sometimes people do have situations where they do get their own place and they just have to move back for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That's
okay.
Fine. Things happen, right?
That's okay.
And in the economy we live in.
Yeah. But I'm referring to the men that never left. They're
or never leaving.
Right. They're living single lives, have no families, and are living in their mother's basements. I'm sorry, I said it. If you're 30s, mid-30s, you're living in your mother's basement, that's a red flag for me. That's a red flag for me. Because why are you still living there?
Okay, that's what I thought.
Right. So, moving on. If you got an answer, put it down in the comment box. That's why we paused, so you could write the comment in there. There was another one that I did want to mention. How do you feel about people that are like really secretive? You know?
I had to pause on that because I think I can be a little secretive. Like, people tend to think I'm mysterious.
Same. Same.
Now, are you saying secretive to like the public, like keeping things off of social media, or you're secretive to your partner?
Oh, no, I'm saying secretive to your partner. I'm the queen of like not posting on social media.
Yeah, you ain't gonna know shit about me or my relationships.
Period. No, I'm talking about you're dealing with this person. Maybe you live with them. Maybe you guys are actually dating exclusively. And you just like randomly find stuff out about them. And
well, what are some of the stuff you're? Because I'm trying to wrap my head around what can be so secretive that you can't share with your partner. Is it your finances? Like, do you have an open account like offshore somewhere?
That's a great example. Maybe your girlfriend is like rummaging through your stuff, and she gets a letter, and you have a secret bank account. It's like I thought we were.
Well, do you agree with joint accounts?
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't say girlfriend. Probably marriage, and then you find out that they have a secret account. Do I agree with joint accounts?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The Bible says you should have a joint account with your husband.
The Bible also says women should not wear pants to church.
Does it?
Where's
the scripture?
Y'all look it up for me. But the thing is, it says a lot of things that we shouldn't. I think people pick and choose when it comes to the Bible. And there's a lot of stuff that we as a society are not doing when it comes to the Bible. So yeah. I don't think that's a really good example.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know about joint accounts. I'm not a fan of them in theory. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to be married first to be able to make that decision. But I definitely will have a offshore account somewhere. Because these days,
so you're gonna hide money from your husband?
Sure is.
We gotta switch shirts because I think you need to wear this shirt.
How's that a red flag though?
Why? How are you going into this?
That's like me putting all my eggs in one basket, and then something happens,
but if
I'm shit out of luck.
If you're married, you guys are a team. How can you have a team and have your own secret game plan?
No,
how's that gonna work?
It's not a secret game plan.
But you're gonna tell him, so it's a secret.
It's not a secret game plan.
So are you gonna tell him about the offshore account?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're not. I thought you were hiding it. No,
I'm not hiding it. No, I wouldn't. Oh. I'm just saying I personally would have my own offshore account, and if he wants to do the same, do you, boo?
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were gonna have like a secret one.
No. Weird. I don't think we should leave room for any secrecy in our dynamic. Or like, what do you think about going through your partner's phone? You think that's a red flag?
Going through their phone, if that's a red flag.
Is that an invasion of privacy if you have proof that maybe they're cheating?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. So I am not a advocate for going through people's phones, but some of y'all men be really getting us to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it, sis.
Some of y'all men want us to look through your phone. Like you're begging us to do it.
Trying us.
Do you want it? I don't want it. Because you're asking for it. You're dying for it.
So the thing is, if you feel like you need to look through your man's phone, hey, go for it. Because I feel like as a couple, if you guys have this shared trust, you both trust each other, both on the same page, there should be no problem with like you guys freely giving each other your phone, you know? Because if you guys were on that level, she wouldn't even need to look through your phone.
Exactly.
You know? So I'm a proponent of having each other's passwords, you know, just
Me
because.
Because what do you have to hide?
Exactly.
You got nothing to hide, right?
Exactly. But am I an advocate for looking through your man's phone while he's not there, this and that? No. But I am an advocate for being able to freely reach for your man's phone if you want to and do whatever you got to do. I don't know what you're doing in it, but I'm a proponent for freely having his password.
Tetris.
Right. If you want to play some games on your man's phone freely, I am an advocate for that. I am an advocate for that. So, hey, whatever you do on your man's phone is your business, but I think you guys should know each other's passwords. That's just what I'm going to say. But I don't think you should take it and be like, hey, let me look through your phone. Who you talking to? Blah, blah, blah. Nah, I think that's negative energy. And that shows that you don't trust your man.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think if you're able to have your partner's, passwords and stuff, then it kind of doesn't leave any room for you to
then you don't need to
through your man's phone or your woman's phone.
Exactly.
You know what else is big?
What?
Alcoholism or drug drug abuse.
That was on my list, baby. That was on my list.
I'm going to put myself out. I have always known that I cannot be with someone who smokes.
Cigarettes, weed, crack cocaine.
All the above. It used to be all the above. But like I couldn't deal with cigarettes. I hate the smell. I hated everything about it.
So is it a red flag or more of a deal breaker for you?
It used to be a deal breaker, but I did date someone that did smoke, and I think I would just nag him the whole time because I just knew it wasn't something I liked, but because I really cared for this person, I always think that people can change.
Listen, nicotine is one of the most addictive things on this earth.
Absolutely. But also, if someone's telling you that I can absolutely stop, right?
Every person who is an addict says, I could stop tomorrow. I could stop right now. Like, I ain't got to do this.
Fair enough. True. Facts.
And they go back and do it. So you're saying now you've accepted people that smoke cigarettes?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So,
Absolutely
so
not.
That used to be one of your deal breakers is what you said.
It used to be. And then I gave it a chance and I realized it's not for me. So I can't do it. It's
still
a deal
pretty
breaker.
deal breaker.
Yes.
Yeah. I am like right on the same page. Cigarettes, weed, smoking anything, not with it.
Not for you.
Except for hookah. You can smoke hookah.
Now, why is that okay?
I feel like hookah's
a drug too. People think it's just breathing in air. It's
100%.
not.
Hookah is like, I think it's not like worse than nicotine or something. In that one moment, all the tobacco and whatever else is mixed in that is like way worse for your lungs.
So why is that okay for you?
Because as long as you don't have a hookah thing like in your house, because I feel like hookah is more like a social thing, and
it is.
Some can say so is smoking, but smoking is an everyday thing.
Yeah, it's not
for most people.
I wouldn't consider that as a social.
Right. Some people do smoke socially when they drink, blah. That's on you, but. You're not coming to people's houses and they got hookah things in there.
You're right.
If you got some hookah stuff in your house, nope, sorry. Why do you have all that? No. You can go to a hookah lounge, get a hookah there, have a good, Saturday night. That's not a problem for me. I have no problem. But I think there is a certain kind of effect with cigarettes. Stays on your clothes, stays on your breath.
Your breath.
Stains your teeth, kills your lungs. So there's hookah. But it causes cancer, possibly. So there's hookah. But I just there's something about cigarettes that's just so off-putting.
Exactly.
Even the smell itself.
The smell, that's what I'm saying.
So off-putting. Very off-putting. So definitely a deal breaker for me. Smoking cigarettes, I don't know. Not for me.
Gots to go.
And the controversial one is weed.
I know. Okay.
Weed. I've been on a lot of sites, a lot of online dating sites. Soon as I see a picture with you and a blunt, it's an instant
no, sir.
Left swipe. I don't care what you look like, left swipe. Because a lot of the people that are sitting there with weed look like bombs. I said it. A lot of people, I'm not going to say it with my chest.
Say it with your chest.
A lot of people that I see on these social media sites got the weed in their hands. Y'all look like bums. Sorry, I said it.
Don't come for me.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
Like, you can smoke weed in your free time, sure, whatever, but why is it on your dating page? Is that a character trait? You know what I'm saying?
Well, then there's those that are like, must join me for...
Huh?
They asked for you to join them.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. Is that your personality? You smoke weed? That's a personality? Nah, I'm sorry. Deal breaker. Move it to the left. To the left.
I think this is going to be a common deal breaker for a lot of people. The next one I got.
What is it?
Infidelity. Y'all motherfuckers cheat way too much.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're cheating, you're not trying to be in a relationship, I think.
People stay. You'd be surprised how many females stay. And I'm not picking at y'all females. Do you? You want to stay with a cheating ass? Go ahead. But when do you draw the line? I mean, you got to have some self-respect.
Listen.
Ain't nobody finna cheat on me.
Listen.
And I don't want to hear it with, well, I'm going to cheat back. Y'all sound dumb.
I can't talk for nobody's relationship, but there are some women that stay when their man cheats on them.
Why?
That's on you, baby.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
There's many fishes in the sea.
Are they?
Well, we got kids.
Hey, yo. Listen, I don't know. I've never been in a relationship with anyone that's cheated on me, so I don't.
Or that you knew of.
Or that I knew of. Hey. But I will say this. I think whoever the cheater is should be held accountable. Weigh your options, weigh your pros, weigh your cons, and whatever decision you make, that's on you.
And why y'all be attacking the females that they cheat with and not your man, or vice versa?
That's a great question.
Like, why do you go after the person that person may not even know you exist?
I'm looking at you. Don't attack the girl. Yeah, you know who you're.
Don't kill the messenger.
Nope.
But y'all need to hold y'all mans accountable.
Period.
Or your women's, because
whoever's cheating should be held accountable.
Exactly.
Because if they were doing the right thing, you wouldn't have to be approaching somebody else. So you should go to them first.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people who are being cheated on, the other person, a lot of the times has no idea you exist. So
majority of the time,
or has no idea of what the situation really is,
right?
Because that person is being lied to.
Exactly.
So go to your man first. Go to your woman first before you go attacking other people. That's all I'm gonna say. And
how many chances we giving these niggas these days?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of women out there, I feel like once you put in some time in a relationship, some people think that you have such a big investment. Like, I can't throw it all away. It's been 10 years.
Guilty.
What am I going to do? Start all over?
Guilty.
Yes, you're going to start all over.
You sure is.
Because you're going to find yourself someone better. And you're going to start all over and live a great life. So
easier said than done, but it's possible.
Right. Don't ever think that because you've been with a man like 5 years that you've put in an investment. That's not an investment.
That's not an investment.
It's
That's
not an investment. Like,
stupidity.
Move on. Move it on.
But yeah, this is not baseball. You don't get 3 strikes with me.
Really?
1 strike and you're out.
So,
and when it comes to cheating, there is no strikes, because I won't confront you till I got proof.
What's cheating for you? I'm curious to know now.
That's a good question.
What would you constitute as cheating?
So I think there's emotional cheating. There's physical cheating.
Tell me about emotional cheating. Everybody knows physical cheating. What would you consider emotional cheating?
So if you have feelings for somebody and you're texting them back and forth, right? And you guys are flirting and yada, yada, yada. That's, to an extent, emotional cheating. Because you have feelings for this person.
So flirting with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
What about liking pictures of, like, bikini models on Instagram? You think that's cheating?
No. Unless it's persistent. Like, if it's that one girl, you're constantly after like.
Then that would be cheating because they like all her pictures all the time.
Why do you like this person's every picture?
He finds her attractive. But is it cheating?
Yes. So why?
You got some model in Miami. You guys live in...
Why? First of all, why are you on Instagram liking a model's picture?
Finds them attractive.
I have pictures on Instagram.
So
I can't be your muse.
So you would consider that cheating? Would it be cheating, or would you be annoyed and upset?
I think to an extent, because I think mentally, maybe you're attracted to them. As long as you don't hit them up in their DMs, right? Wanting more. But I guess
you do realize that even though a man is in a committed relationship, he's still gonna see things he likes, right?
Absolutely. And that goes for anybody. No, there's not one person in this world that's attracted to one person only.
Exactly.
So let's make that clear. But I think it's when you act on that that it becomes you draw that line.
So you would say liking the pictures is acting on it?
Yeah. Because why are you liking her pictures? I mean, if you answer me that, then...
Because he finds her attractive.
So you're just going to like everyone you find attractive?
On Instagram.
But why are you on Instagram liking people's pictures?
I don't know, man. I ain't got the answers. I'm
Okay,
I'm just trying to figure out what you constitute as cheating. So are we putting the thing that
it's not cheating? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not gonna say it's cheating, but
she's backtracking already.
I'm not. What I'm saying is, it's just weird to me. That's just weird.
Oh, for sure.
It's weird.
For
it's
sure.
weird for you to just be sitting there liking. There must be something going on mentally that you ain't telling me.
It's definitely weird. Definitely weird for sure. So, okay. So, physical and emotional cheating. Flirting, that's cheating. I was watching a video online and on YouTube, and this guy was saying that his girlfriend broke up with him because someone sent her a video of him dancing in the club with a girl. Would you consider that cheating? Dancing with a girl at the club? Like,
yes.
That's cheating?
How's that not cheating?
He dancing. They at the club.
Why are you dancing on another female?
Because they're at the club. And
why are you at the club without me?
Because you didn't want to go. I don't know.
I cannot.
They're playing music. You didn't want to go to the club.
No.
I went to the club with my boys. I'm going to dance with some girls. That's cheating.
I just don't understand why you're in a exclusive relationship and you're at the club dancing on other women. That just don't sit right with me. It just doesn't make any sense.
So that's cheating for you.
Yes.
Or would it warrant a conversation like, hey, someone sent me this video and it made me really uncomfortable?
Well, yeah. Obviously, everything goes back to communication. Like, I'm not just going to jump on. I'm going to ask, why? Nigga, why was you on that girl at the club?
Is it cheating?
I mean, was he all up on her? How was he dancing? Because they could be cha-chaing without him really touching her.
She was throwing it back.
Hell
and
nah.
he was
nah.
dancing like this, and she was throwing it back. Is that cheating?
Yes.
That's cheating. Wow, so y'all can't even dance at the club if y'all trying to date.
Well, you ain't going to the club without me. And you shouldn't. I don't want to date a nigga that goes to the club and dances with other women.
So you wouldn't let your man go to the club by himself, him and his boys?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
well, you said
you
he
can go
can't-
to the club without dancing with a female.
But you said he can't go to the club without you.
Yes, I want to go.
Listen,
Maybe I have codependency issues, but
I just want y'all to know if y'all ever get in her DMs, y'all got a lot of work to do.
you ain't going. If you always at the club, don't even be in my DMs. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, I got a couple deal breakers that are kind of all right. I'm just gonna say them. Bad hygiene. If that's not my biggest deal, but like I can't even talk. If that's not my biggest deal breaker, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Listen, a lot of you people out there, you don't take showers. You don't brush your teeth.
Hey,
And that's a fact. Y'all need to start doing that because
that's
that
just
bothers
gross.
me.
that irks
bothers
my soul.
If you walk in a room and I can smell you, that's not okay. If your smell precedes your presence, that's not okay. I should not be getting introduced to your scent before I meet you. That's not okay. Take showers. And I don't care about this narrative that I don't know who has put into our society that you don't need to take a shower
Ashton
every
Kutcher
day.
and his girl.
Your skin gets dried out, and you can take a shower
disgusting.
every couple days, and you're just fine. I don't care who's trying to infiltrate our society, but that's not gonna work. You need to shower every day.
Every day.
Period.
Sometimes even twice a day.
I say it with my chest. Twice a day too. Twice a day. Shower every day. Some of y'all don't do that, and we
But
can tell.
certainly, please brush your teeth.
A lot of people probably don't own toothbrushes. It's what I'm beginning
Let
to
alone
think.
toothpaste.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Y'all not brushing your teeth. And you guys think you can just walk in and waltz in and you think people don't notice. People are noticing. And when you see people making their face like this, it's because we know. Because we know you did not brush your teeth today. And that's not okay. That's not okay. Would you date someone that doesn't floss?
Absolutely. Oh, floss. I think this might brush your teeth. I was about to say fucking no. Floss.
You're quick with
yeah,
that.
I mean, I'll date someone that doesn't floss. I'll teach him how to floss, but whew, you almost got me there.
You're trying to tell me you would date someone who at their big age doesn't floss.
I don't floss on the regular.
They don't floss at all. They don't floss at all.
As long as you brush your teeth.
She don't floss.
No, I floss. Not regularly. I don't floss every single day. I'm going to be honest.
Well, yeah, some people
But
forget.
yeah.
There
I
are
mean,
some people that just don't floss, though. That's what I'm asking.
and that's what I'm saying. You can
You would
teach
teach them to
You can
floss.
yeah.
What if they're like, yeah, I've never flossed. My teeth are fine. I don't have any cavities.
And
I
you
don't
should
floss."
also be going to the dentist. I think, what, three
They don't-
times a year?
They don't go to the dentist and they don't floss.
I almost threw up.
Would you date them? Would you date
Again,
them?
yes, because you can teach people how to do certain things, you know, because I'm a neat freak. So even if your clothes are not even like ironed, that's like, why do you look raggedy?
Yeah. 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 But there ain't no way at your age, 20, 25 and above.
You'd be, some people don't know how to floss.
I'm sorry. I don't have the time to teach you and introduce you to dentists. You're going to have to move along.
She's tough. She's tough.
Guys, because there ain't no, because what else are you not doing? If you don't care about your teeth enough to make a biannual dentist
That's
appointment.
like one of the first thing that like I notice from a person is like their
Right,
teeth.
that's the first thing you know.
Like their smile.
They're talking to you. You know, do they have nice teeth? Do they keep them clean?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about completely straight teeth. You know, not everybody has straight teeth. But like, do they keep them clean? What? Are teeth a deal breaker for what?
Some of y'all teeth be facing the North Pole.
No, she. You don't. Where's the North Pole? Talking
Get
about.
your teeth fixed. Why are they crooked?
See,
I know it's not control. You know, you can't control how your teeth grow in,
right?
but you certainly could get them fixed.
Yeah, and that's what I'm big on.
If
like,
your front teeth are part in the Red Sea,
listen, I'm a big proponent of like, you know, self-improvement. Your teeth are a little crooked. Fix it. Who cares?
yeah,
just fix
well,
it.
as long as you're willing to fix it.
Yeah, like why don't you? I think everyone can agree that straight teeth are more aesthetically pleasing.
And
right?
I'm not talking about like an underbite or an overbite. I'm talking about like the teeth.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think everybody knows
Or
what
the
you're
teeth
talking about.
that got like 3 deckers. Like there's 4 of them growing on top of each other.
All right, we're done with this. We're moving on. We're moving on. So another thing that I very recently became a deal breaker to me was people that don't work out. I'm sorry. I said it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen, if I'm going to I go to the gym. I try to go to the gym every day. Listen, if I'm going to the gym and I'm working on myself and I want to look good, you can't be walking around eating a bag of chips every day and drinking sodas on the daily. There's just, and not working out. It's just not gonna happen.
But what if you're naturally fit?
What does that mean to be naturally fit?
I consider myself naturally fit. I know I used to be a full-time athlete, but I don't work out.
Was playing basketball working out?
Definitely, but I've stopped for many years now, and I still maintain my physique. So I think part of it is because it's genes, but genetics.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's good for you to be eating chips and soda at your big age. But what if you're naturally fit? You know,
I think that's okay. I think that's okay. But I think I'm more referring to the people that are a little,
that are not.
yeah, like you could be a little bit more fit and more healthy, like, you know, like just heart wise and diet wise and, you know, keeping up with your physical activity. That's kind of a deal. If like you just never want to work out, you never want to go outside and do something active, like That's a deal breaker for me. You got to be active, you know?
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like hiking or something,
Right.
Please just get outside. Like, not everything is inside.
Yeah, like you don't have to be Iron Man or something.
Right. But like you should be trying to at least like kind of maintain your fitness and your activeness.
Physique. Yeah.
That was just one of the little ones I want to kind of throw in a little bit there. Like, I don't know, people that don't work out.
Okay. Well, I think we've given you a lot of red flags on this episode, but let's talk a little bit about green flags, because I think we got the niggas that really be doing the good stuff. So we want to, I want to give them their flowers. Okay.
You go first.
I would consider one thing I would consider a green flag is a partner that allows you to have a life outside of the relationships. Like they encourage you. Let's not always be codependent on each other. Yeah. Like, go out with your friends, have a girls' night, or go do this extracurricular activity, and I'm gonna encourage you and I'm gonna support you. I think that's a great green flag.
Yeah, someone that's not needy, that's clinging. I was like, oh, you're going out again, like,
and who all gonna be there?
Right. Who gonna be there? Like, yeah. Green. That's a green flag for sure. Another green flag: someone that communicates. Just communicate.
Where do I find that?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Do you communicate if you're a man, you're between the ages of 25 and 35, and you communicate?
Drop the Addy. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna pull up. If you send me your location,
then I'll be right there. So put your name in the comments. All you gotta do, we'll find you.
For real.
Open communication, being open and honest. And no matter how difficult the conversation is, being able as a man to discuss it,
own up, accountability.
That's another green flag. Being accountable for your actions.
Yes,
and doing what you say you're gonna do. If you say you're gonna do something as a man, you should do it. That's a green flag, because that means. That means you're a man of your word, okay? And that's green. That's green for me, baby.
Or a listener.
Oh.
Someone who listens to you.
Yeah.
And doesn't get defensive. Like, they don't listen to get defensive.
Yeah. Someone that's, what's the word that I'm looking for? Someone that's not really argumentative, that's able to see the other side,
Yes, put their self in your shoes.
Exactly.
That's at the top of my list, though.
What's at the top of your list?
Empathy. Because a lot of y'all don't got empathy. Y'all are cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
Empathy is so big.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that don't even know what empathy is, to be honest. So empathy is described as being able to identify with other people's emotions.
Yes.
It's not to be confused with sympathy. Sympathy is feeling the other person's emotion.
Yes, exactly.
You don't have to feel everyone's emotion, but you can identify it with it and understand it. That's empathy. That's empathy.
Teach them. People
with empathy don't go out cheating on their partners.
And come home and sleep in the same bed.
Because they know what it can feel like to be hurt. That's empathy. A lot of y'all men out there ain't got it. And that's a problem.
Okay.
Because y'all are hurt people hurting people. That's not cool. Empathy, like that's actually
now is that something?
One of my biggest
empathy
ones.
Something you could teach?
Of course.
Or you think you're born with it?
You can learn to have empathy for other people. I believe so. Yeah. Once you identify the fact that you're a cold-blooded lizard, I think you can start working on trying to put yourself in other people's shoes. Granted, there's some personality disorders that can impede some people from being able to do that.
Narcissist.
But for the most part, as a human being, you should be able to have empathy for other people. Yeah. Ooh, that's a green flag.
This one gets me.
Which one?
Partners who were nice to the waiters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're nice to waitstaff and you're respectful, that's a green flag.
It is.
Absolutely. Because it's a major red flag, like when you go on a date and like the person you're with is like rude to the waiter. It's like, who do you think you are?
Right.
Like,
You're above them.
Right. Like, it makes me uncomfortable, and it shows me who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
It shows me who you are. Like, what makes you think you're better than the person that's waiting on you? What makes you think that? That's just not right. That's not right. That makes me feel like you have some deeper issues that you got to work out within yourself.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
green flags.
A man who knows what they want. There's clarity in the relationship. You know where they stand with you.
Oh. Right? It's getting so green in here. I don't know what's going on. It's so green. Clarity. A man.
You're not confused.
No. No. What's that word I'm looking for? Reassurance. Oof. A man that gives you reassurance and you have clarity in your relationship. Ooh, a man that tells you how he feels.
Right.
Communicates. Is nice to waitstaff. Green flags, baby. Clarity. Clarity is so important in a relationship.
Yes.
Just two people being on the same page, traveling the same path, just with ease. There's nothing better than that. Green. That's a green flag for me. Green all the way. You got some other green flags? That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people spend a lot of time talking about red flags. But, you know, they don't focus on green flags.
They don't. I think, well, naturally, I think people tend to focus on negativity.
Yeah.
We almost don't focus on the right things. So if your partner is doing all the green flags we've talked about, give them their flowers. They deserve it.
Listen, another green flag is self-awareness.
Yes.
People that have self-awareness. I've come across many people that they just seem so oblivious to what's going on in their surrounding. Like, they walk in a situation, they can't read the room.
Yes.
Like, you can't read the room. Like, you have to be self-aware and be able to determine what's going on in whatever given situation. Like when to speak up, when to be quiet, when to do something, when to not do something. Self-awareness is big for me. If you're self-aware, you're going to be able to call yourself out in situations, and you take good criticism well. That's a green flag. You got any other ones for the people?
Not that I could think of. I think we've said
an
amount.
I feel like we talked a lot about red flags, but we also gave you guys some green flags to reassure you that, you know, there is hope out there. If you're still out there looking for somebody, that person that's for you is out there. They're chilling. They're just waiting for you to get out there and find them.
But beware of the red flags at the same time.
Yes.
And don't make excuses for them.
Yeah, I don't care how handsome you think that man or that woman is. If they got a red flag, it's only gonna get redder.
And take it from me, you cannot change nobody.
No. Don't try to change people.
Don't waste your time.
Don't try to. It doesn't work. You might think it's working in the first couple weeks, but it's only gonna get worse. It's not gonna work. So this has been another episode of On Cloud B. This one was one where we coasted. You know what I'm saying? We coasted a little bit. We're back into it. Next episode is gonna be even better than this one. Leave a comment as to what your most notorious red flag is, and then hit us up with some green flags that we didn't mention. You know, we're all a community. We're all trying to teach each other, do better, elevate. And I'm Berthia. This is
Pkilla on the mic. See y'all in the next one.
Another episode.
Hey!